Hello, welcome to the first of possibly many online battle videos. The appetizer and bread roll to the stodgy main course of campaign game Let's Play videos. Here I am, this is my third ever online battle. The one before this was, to put it nicely, an absolute rout. And this one wasn't much better, but here we go. Full disclosure, here's me as the Macedonians playing against, as that white over there signifies, Carthaginians being played by Fudge the giraffe. And if that name sounds familiar, it's probably because it's taken of three rather common names in the English language. They're probably not as common as the Newen guy. But also, not only that, he's also an associated channel, or whatever the phrase is. There's a link somewhere I've put into this video, possibly down in the bottom corner right now. You can also link from the channel. He does Rome Total War Let's Plays, one of the Brutii, and one of the Seleucids, and Seleucids Let's Plays are always fun to watch, on account of the fact that they never seem to survive under the AI control. Anyway, I'm trying to think of something to say for the next bit. I spent so long thinking about the introduction there, that I forgot what I was going to say for the rest of it. Yeah. Carthaginians over there, me, Macedonians over here. You can see my army makeup. We've got Royal Pikemen, very good. Royal Pikemen, very good. Royal Pikemen, very good. Followed by Phalanx Pikemen, not so much, and Levy Pikemen, absolutely god-awful. We've also got Companion Cav, which was supposed to tip the balance in my favour, being the Macedonians and Companion Cavalry. Like, they're very ones that Alexander rode into battle, and that was going to be my ace up my sleeve. I placed some there to hide in the trees, for all the good that did. I also noticed my best strategy there would have been to try and take advantage of all those trees and the slight slope, but I didn't want to be that guy that hid in the woods and made it difficult to even find the army. I've got some Cretan archers here with a few upgrades to experience and attack things, weapons, that's what I was looking for. Well, they've got some upgrades there as well, so it's moderately upgraded. Over here we've got again the Carthaginians under Fudge the giraffe. He's got some Iberian infantry at the back, just a bit of a backup. Sacred Band. It took me ages when playing the Carthaginians to realise how to get Sacred Bands infantry. You have to have an awesome Temple of Baal in your temples, so you don't train them from barracks or anything. And 2 sets of Numidian mercenaries, and what can only be described as a hell of a lot of Sacred Band cavalry. I made long shield cavalry? No, it's all Sacred Band. Right, the Winber companion cavalry didn't fare very well. Here we go with the Numidian mercenaries. He makes the first move up the top over here. I thought the best way to deal with missile cav is just with some missile infantry. So there you go, just sort of firing at them. There's a bit of a skirmish, battling away. Don't think they fare particularly well, no. Quite a few casualties. I don't know what the general's doing there. It was only last night, and I can't remember what I did now. Oh, now they're going to lose formation. Doesn't really matter, because Cretan archers are fantastic. I just leave them to it. And that's what my general's doing, getting himself shot by slingers. But it's okay, because the Carthaginian slingers, and the Carthaginians have one of the oddest troop compositions in the game. They don't have proper archers. The only missile troops you can have as the Carthaginians that you can't have as mercenaries are slingers. Your decent infantry doesn't come through until you build awesome Temple of Baal and some cavalry stables, and of course you get elephants, which I think if you're playing in CWB rules you can't have. So that kind of hampers the Carthaginians. The way I'm talking, it makes it sound like that I win this battle. Spoiler alert, I don't. But I posted it up anyway because learning from mistakes is all very important. I think, yeah, learning from mistakes. Ooh. Oh, yeah, the Numidian cavalry lost against Cretan archers. How great is that? They got charged by cavalry, missile cavalry to be, you know, fair, and they fought them back. And then the general sorts out the rest of the Numidian cavalry. So the skirmish phase is kind of dying a death because these slingers are not very good. Especially when not faced head on. Just bouncing off the armour. But having said that, did lose one man there. What was I saying? Can't remember. Oh, I was in some companion character to sort of shake up these slingers. That didn't really work as I intended to. But here we go. Here's a bit of... I was hoping this would go a lot better than it did. But of course, he's worked out the weak part of my infantry, the levy pikemen, and he's charged straight in and they rout like nobody's business. So that's my weak, left flank. Just taken down straight away. But the battle's still salvageable. Do I salvage it? No. Because so have I taken my Macedonian cavalry out of hiding now? Yes, I did. Because now they take out the Crucian archers over there. This cavalry now remains a nuisance for the rest of the battle. It stays behind my lines and they're just waiting for the perfect time to strike. It takes out most of my cavalry. Oh, there we go. Oh, and this companion cavalry had a big death wish. Seriously, every time I thought to attack it, say, okay, I'll attack those slingers. No, wait, I'm going to turn around and charge at these spikes. So, oh yeah, they died a death. Those cavalry died a death. Those cavalry somewhere over here died a death. And here we go, you see he's just sort of parked his cavalry over there, waiting for the perfect moment for which to strike. Over here, look at that. I had to pull them back to say, no, there's spikes over there, stay away. Yeah, so I've lost the cavalry advantage, which the Macedonians is quite important. Of course, your infantry isn't great. Royal pikemen, they're alright, but they don't match up to Sacred Band cavalry. Sacred Band infantry. Oh yeah, there we go, you saw it in the distance there. This companion cavalry just sort of charged straight forward into some spikes, then wondered why it didn't go well, so they're gone. I'm down by 2 companion cavalry, lost the cavalry advantage. I guess at this point my fate is sealed, but, as you can see from the counter over here, the battle is only halfway through. Well, I guess this is now sort of a prolonged delaying tactic to try and take out as many of his troops as possible now. I didn't realise this at the time. I was too busy wondering what the hell was going on. Yeah, that was just going to happen, wasn't it? Now look at this in the cold light of day. Is this winnable? Probably if I'd got my phalanx pikemen and my other phalanx pikemen to form a longer line. But then they were needed to stave off the cavalry. I don't know why I charged that companion cavalry into there. They're saved kind of by the arrival of these phalanx pikemen. The General's Armoured Bodyguard gets involved with these Iberian infantry to stop them sort of doing a circular sort of encirclement like they're doing over here, which is excellently done. These Royal Pikemen can't stand up to Sacred Band infantry as it stands, but that's really the icing on the cake. Over here, yeah, no past this shield wall. Yeah, this is the point I think when it becomes totally unwinnable. My general gets hit by some slingers, who I still didn't manage to get rid of, despite all those sort of cavalry that were walking about. Still, even though they're dead, the general bodyguard tries to do a hammer and anvil strike of no consequence. It's the only way you can try and level out this playing field, because of course, toe-to-toe, from the meat grinder point of view, the Royal Pikemen just weren't up for it. See, the centre's broken there, the right flank's broken there, the left flank breaking, and here we go with the coup de grace. But I'm not done yet, I've still got a phalanx pikeman. I thought, well, bang! See, I'm not down, I'm not out, I managed to take out his general, and I count that as a moral victory. But yeah, that's the The rest of it's just a mopping up exercise. I don't think we've got any troops left. Oh, I've got my archers. They're safe enough. Oh, and occasionally there's sort of these pikemen that sort of reform into a phalanx of some kind. Which again is a delaying tactic, just trying to finish off a few more men before I throw in the towel. I think at this point I already said good game, and the rest of it. And of course, here we go. Clear defeat. So it's a good game to my opponent, Fudge, but as I always say, or have just started saying as of this video, a defeat isn't a failure unless you don't learn from it. So, now down to the analysis. Feel free, of course, to comment your own thoughts on the battle and what you would have done better. I'm all open for a discussion. So from a layout of the battle point of view, the hill, though minor, wasn't utilised particularly well by either side. The battle lines kind of went across up the hill as opposed to one side being on top, one side being on bottom. But the hill was of such a low gradient as to probably be insignificant in the overall analysis compared with the other turning points of the battle. An important one was my use of the cavalry, which which lacked aim, it lacked lustre, lacked any sort of any clear vision as to what their role in the battle would be. They should have been clumped together to fight off the sacred band cavalry, and then from that point onwards should have been used in a hammer and anvil strike against the sacred band infantry. And that would be the only way to really defeat the sacred band infantry in toe-to-toe combat, but of course they got spread out everywhere. The Cretan archers were useful for getting rid of the Numidian cav, but they weren't utilised from then on. I should have brought them forward, possibly to the side where the enemy cavalry wasn't. Notice all the cavalry, his cavalry, was bunched onto his right flank, leaving his left flank free of cavalry. I should have run my Cretan archers there and hit his sacred band cavalry from the back. But there was no clear formation to line up against the enemy formation. Probably because they were busy fighting off potential flank attacks from the cavalry after the Macedonian cavalry failed to do their job. But, and here's the interesting thing, the failure of the battle started right from the very get-go. So playing as the Macedonians, they're fundamentally a cavalry-orientated faction, yet I relied far too heavily on my infantry. Now this is an interesting fact after doing some number crunching. The Royal Pikes have an attack of 10, a defence of 17, a charge value of 4, and cost 740 denarii. The Sacred Band have an attack of 12, a defence of 23, but also a charge of 4, for 710 denarii. But amazing, you're paying slightly more for so much less. In fact, to equal the attack and defensive capabilities of a Sacred Band, you'd have to, through upgrade, the Royal Pike would have to cost you 1,628 denarii. The main sort of fault I had was not enough companion cavalry. I didn't, CRB rules say you have 6 units of cavalry. I only had 3. My ace in the hole, as it were, was not big enough. They have an attack of 10, a defence of 17 and a charge of 9. Now when compared to Sacred Band cavalry, they have an attack of 11, a defence of 18 and a charge of 6. They're worse in all aspects, apart from charging. So if I have 6 cavalry, 6 companion cavalry, and they all charge down, for those first 5-10 seconds of combat, they could cause some intense damage. The Cretan archers were good. They have an attack of 6, missile attack of 11, compared to the Numidian cavalry's attack of 6, missile attack of 9. As I say, they weren't fully utilised after the first skirmish bit. They didn't enter into the battle again until they got charged down by the cavalry. So that's my take on the battle. What's yours? Let me know, and I will see you next time.